Morning, everyone, and welcome to another installment of the September, right? Yeah, we're still playing September 2022 Premodern monthly. As always, I'm your host, Andrew Walker. Today we've got a great, what I would consider a good classic match of archetypes, and I've actually got the right images this time, and they're prepped. So the first player is Nils. He's on green, white, red, Enchantress. Red for the call, the words of war. Probably the best kill method for the Enchantress archetype. Pretty much a standard build, just lots of cheap enchantments to get out and play, draw lots of cards, either kill with words of war or opalescence or other maybe another method or two. His opponent is William Hirst. He is on his take on Psychatog. So draw a lot of stuff, counters. What you need to counter, get your Psychatog in play, keep him protected, and then swing for lethal. I do see a Haunting Echoes in the sideboard, so that is bad if that goes off against Enchantress. Definitely, I've had that happen in matches before, and you usually don't pull out from that. So other than that, let's get to the match. I'll get the guys in, and let's see. Okay, guys, you're good to go. Best of luck, and see you at the end.
Sounds great.
In the past, usually I would say, or maybe one 6-2 has made it to the top 8, but then it's decided on tiebreaker, and it's also dependent on the number of players.
Yeah, the competition is usually pretty tough in the brawls.
Yeah.
All right. Middle on top is fine again for me. And hello to Chad if they can hear us. Good morning from the Midwest here in the U.S.
I will keep.
All right.
Just need to put something on the bottom.
You take your time.
This one, I believe.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I will put this one on the bottom.
All right. Sounds good.
I will start with a Winter Teats. Probably
all right.
19.
Sounds beautiful.
Get a basic forest. And I will continue with exploration.
Yep.
And let me think just for a second.
Take your time.
I will play a Sanctum and pass.
There's an opening. All right. I will draw a card.
Yep.
I will play a Polluted Delta. I will crack that.
Yep.
I'm a 19 myself.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to go find a swamp.
Yep.
I'm really, really hoping Gabe F is watching. He's going to love all my duels and all my lands. He loves them so much. Oh, 1, 2, 3 on top.
Yeah, just put the middle on top. That's fine.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Then I'm going to start with the handy dandy duress.
Yep. I have Argot and Enchantress, a Sterling Grove, and a Presence.
Let's take the Presence.
Yeah.
Pass the turn.
I will draw. I will play the Argotian and pass.
Yep. Untap. Draw step.
Mm-hmm.
Land.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Diabolic Edict.
Oh, yeah. I was hoping you didn't have that one.
Yeah, that's probably about the best opener I can hope for with this. I would say somewhere in the near vicinity. Go ahead.
I think so too. I will just play the Grove and pass.
Yeah, Grove also though is a scary card. Draw a card. What do we do here? Land.
Yep.
Phyrexian Furnace.
Yes.
Pass turn. 4 cards in hand. Just want everyone to know this is about where the wheels fall off for me.
I will tap these. I'll play another Sterling Grove. I have one white floating.
Yeah. Counter spell that second Sterling Grove, please.
Okay. And then I will pass.
Remove a card at the end.
Yep.
Untap. Draw. Land. Go.
3 cards, right?
Yes, 3 cards.
I will pass. I have also 3 cards.
Remove 1.
Yes, that will be the presence.
All right. Draw step. Pass the turn with 3.
Okay, I will draw.
Yep.
Tap this one for 2. Play Seal of Cleansing.
Pay 2.
Okay.
Float 2 on my Gush.
Yes.
So you know I have this. 2 unknowns. Draw 2 cards.
Yep.
1. I'm going to cast Forbid with buyback. Discarding land.
Yes. And it's countered. I will pass.
Remove a card.
Yeah.
Untap. Draw. Go ahead.
Four cards. Let's think. 4 seconds. Tap for 3. Play presence.
I will cast Forbid with buyback.
Yep.
Discarding a Tog and a land.
Yes. Enchantress Himtatorak.
Yeah,
Or something.
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I'll remove a card at your end step.
Yep.
To be fair, I don't want to be like sitting this early and buying back forbid forever though, so this kind of isn't amazing for whatever that's worth. Go ahead.
I'll draw. Argotian. 1 white floating.
1 white floating, huh? That one's gonna resolve.
I'll pass.
Remove a card.
Yep.
Draw step.
Yep.
What is the subtype on Enchantress?
I don't know, but I assume you have a plague since you ask.
I do. I have your list up. I just can't quite see it.
I can check. I think it's human. Yeah.
Is it? All right. I will believe that. I'm gonna cast a engineered blade, naming Druid.
Yes.
And gates are open. Go ahead.
Well, I don't have any mana, so that doesn't help too much. I will draw. Play a land.
He has the mana.
One more mana. I'll play a wave.
Sure.
Pass.
End of turn. Let's remove a card.
Yes.
Draw step. Polluted Delta.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Draw.
Yep.
I'll play land and pass.
Remove a card.
Yeah.
And then I'll take one and go search my library for things.
Yep.
Go get an island.
Yep.
One, two, three.
Just put the middle on top.
All right. Would you like me to do that each time just to save a little time?
Yep.
Sure. Sounds good.
Yep.
Upkeep. Draw step.
Yep.
Fairy Conclave.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I will pass. I have 3. Oh, sorry, this one drops down to 3.
Yep, no card.
Yep, no I have 3 cards in hand.
Yep, no cards in graveyard, correct?
Yeah, it's empty.
All right. Well, there's that at least. Land for turn.
Okay.
Go ahead.
1 to 2. I will draw. And I will pass.
Go ahead.
Drop down to 1. Another land. 4 cards. Pass.
End of turn. Accumulated knowledge.
Okay.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
Yep.
Land. Pass turn.
Yep. 0. I will draw.
Mm-hmm.
I can just play a land and pass.
Okay. Upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
Draw. Land.
Yep.
Fairy Conclave.
Yep.
Attack for 2.
17.
Pass the turn.
This one dies. And draw.
Mm-hmm.
I will pass.
I will remove.
Yeah.
Activate Conclave.
Okay.
Attack for 2.
15.
Go ahead.
I will play a land.
Okay.
And pass.
All right. End step.
Mm-hmm.
3, 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna hard cast a gush.
Yep. Close.
1, 2. Untap step.
Yes.
And I'm gonna try and straighten this out so it looks a little bit better for you. Hopefully, that's getting a little cluttered.
Yep.
Yeah, just let me know if you can't see anything clearly, and I'll fix it. I don't want any of that.
I see everything just fine.
Okay, sounds good. Draw step. Are you confident knowing I have a forbidden hand?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Currently 7 in hand.
Yeah, I have 5.
Sounds good. Conclave.
Yeah.
Paying 2. Attack for 2.
That will be, sorry, wrong direction.
It's all right. Oh no! What happened?
I should have at 13. I was at 15.
It's all good. You're at 13, correct?
Yeah, perfect.
All right, pass the turn.
Okay, I will draw. I'll play a land. Pass.
End of turn, I'm going to AK for 2.
Yep.
Untap step. Draw step.
Yep.
Land for turn.
Yes.
Activate Conclave.
Yep.
Attack for 2.
11. Yeah.
Pass turn. I gotta go to cleanup. I apologize.
Okay, you have 8.
I have 8, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no effects.
I'm gonna discard a powder keg.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I will just draw. I will play a land.
Mm-hmm.
Pass.
Play a Volraths.
Yeah.
Activate Conclave.
Mm-hmm.
Attack for 2.
9. Yeah.
Duress.
Yeah. I have Wave, Replenish, Auto Druids, and Silver Library.
Can I take the Replenish, please?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I will draw. Pass.
End step. I'm going to Fact or Fiction.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Duress, Knowledge, Innocent Blood, 2 land.
Okay. And how many AKs in your graveyard? 2?
Currently 2 AKs in my graveyard.
Okay. No. I'm thinking.
Take your time.
And how many cards in your hand right now?
I have currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in hand.
5 cards. Yeah. I will put the AK and the blood together, and the lands and the rest. I think, yeah.
All right, I will. That's a good split. It's a really good split. Not gonna lie. I think I take the duress and the lands.
Yeah.
And then you know about these. These go to the yard, followed by that. All right, and then also end step, remove your replenish, please.
Yep.
All right, upkeep. Untap, draw. Land for turn.
Yes.
Activate conclave.
7.
Yep. Go ahead.
Pass.
Untap. Draw. Play a land.
Okay.
Duress you.
Yeah. I have drawn these since last time. I have Seal of Cleansing and a Valgrot, and I still have these 4.
Can I please have the Seal of Cleansing?
Yep.
All right. And then also end step, or we're not even on end step. Attack step. Fairy Conclave.
5.
Remove the Seal of Cleansing.
Yep.
And pass the turn with 7 in hand.
Pass.
Tap.
Well, I guess I should have played one of the babies, but okay.
It's all right. Draw step. Polluted Delta.
Yep.
Attack with Conclave.
3.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll tap a forest to play the wild growth on a plains. Or try to.
Yep, that resolves.
Yep, okay. And I will tap the plains and the wild growth for a white and a green. You take a colorless from the brushland. Use green to play an auto druids.
That resolves.
Okay. Um, I will fetch, dropping me down to 2.
Sure.
Get a basic forest.
Okay.
Tap this and this one again for a colorless. And play the Silmon Library.
That resolves.
Huh. Another thing that does resolve. Huh. And
well, if I'm honest, none of the stuff you're playing actually affects the board in any sort of significant way right now.
that might be true.
I mean, from my perspective at least, I have no idea what the other 2 cards in your hand are.
Yeah. True. I will tap this one for a green.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play a elephant grass.
That is black creatures can't attack. Non-black creatures have to pay 2, right?
Correct.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that resolves.
So I will tap this one for 6. So I total 7
Sure.
white mana. And use 4 of them for a wave. So I have 3 left.
That one I will counterspell.
Yeah.
And I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue, a swamp, and a colorless mana available.
I will try to play the other one as well.
I'm going to cast Forbid with buyback, discarding a Powder Keg and Engineered Plague.
Yeah. And then there's nothing more I can do. I will pass.
Remove
the land.
Yep.
Yep.
Untap. Upkeep, draw step.
Yep.
Activate Conclave.
Yep. And swing in.
Yep. All right. The lot not getting land early is just a real kick in the whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I didn't go that well for me. Let's see.
Take out 8 cards. That feels horrible. What else do I take out? Yuck.
Just a mic check. This is how I was doing it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This is if I have the mic beside me.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is how we roll. And now I can't remember where are you from?
I'm from Norway.
How is the weather in Norway to make a fun conversation?
Well, today it's quite nice actually. It's
nice
sun, but I guess compared to other places in the world, it's quite cold because it's far up north in Europe.
Sounds good. That makes sense to me.
And yeah, we do have very dark winters.
I have heard that.
And we also do have very bright or like much daylight during the summer. So
okay,
in the north part of the country during the summertime, they have 24 hours of sun actually, so the sun never sets.
That has to be an interesting experience.
Yes. I haven't been that far north myself, but even where I live, there are only just a couple of hours from during like June. The night is very short.
Gotcha.
So maybe close to 20 hours of sunlight or something, or a bit partially sunlight.
Must keep the nightlife interesting.
Yes.
All right. Well, sir, best of luck to you in this game.
Yeah, you too. I will go back to my 20 life.
I can't let you start at 2.
I think that will put you too far ahead.
Okay, fine. You're probably right.
A single hit with a fairy conclave, like turn 1 fairy conclave. Threaten.
My fairy conclave is a superhero.
Yeah.
That card. I probably should run 2 in whatever version of this I run next. It's probably
it will also make my own fetches pretty painful, like starting on 2, fetch turn 1.
I mean, yeah, just draw all the basics.
Life. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. I can see that.
Even worse, if I draw one of my City of Brass, that would be terrible.
City of Brass, what a card! What a card!
Basically, a gemstone mine with a single counter on it.
Yes, it is. You could be used once and never again.
Yeah, and only if I haven't taken damage from anything else.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I will go first this time as well.
Sounds good.
Hope for the best.
Absolutely. I think it'll be just fine. Last game was just a fluky one, I think.
Well, you have some nice addition from the sideboard, I noticed, so we'll see.
I will say I feel much more confident in sideboard games than I would have before board.
Yes. Yeah, I thought this was probably the issue. I'm back at the mic, not at a distance.
Okay, you as well.
All right, sounds good. Best of luck, my friend.
You too. I will keep.
I will keep as well.
I will fetch. getting a basic forest and a wild growth.
A wild growth, he says. All right. I will copy you by fetching.
Okay. No.
Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Middle on top, you said. I will then duress you.
Okay. I have Enchantress, Enchantress Presence, Sanctum, and a Replenish.
I would like to take the presence, please.
Yes.
And go ahead.
I will draw. I'll play Sturdy Grove.
That's a grove.
And pass.
And Phyrexian Furnace.
Yes.
Pass the turn with 5 cards in hand.
Yeah, I will draw.
Yep.
I'll play the Replenish.
You're gonna make me pop this early, aren't you? I don't know how I feel about all that. I still think it's the right play, unfortunately. We'll remove your bottom.
Yep.
And then pop the furnace to get rid of the presence.
Yes.
And I'll draw a card.
Yes. I know I did this. Oh, I'm not playing well. I could have popped this. Well, whatever. Pass.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Draw a card. Land for turn. Go.
How many cards?
I have currently 6 cards in hand.
Tap this one for 2. And double green. I have 1 green floating player on presence.
I'm gonna annul.
Yes. Pass.
And step knowledge.
Yeah.
Draw card. Tap. Draw. Land. Pass with 5 cards in hand.
Okay. I'll draw. And pass with 3 cards.
All right. Draw step. Polluted Delta. Crack. Get my second swamp. 3. Pass the turn.
Okay. I will pass. 4 cards.
Sounds good. End step. I'm going to hard cast a gush.
Okay. Results.
Draw a step. Land.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I will pass.
End step, I will hard cast a gush.
Okay.
Polluted Delta.
Mm-hmm.
Pass with 7 cards in hand.
I will pass. I think I have 6. Yeah, 6 cards.
Okay. Crack. Island. Should be at 17, correct? Yes.
Yes.
Move to my end step before cleanup.
You have 8, right?
I have 8, correct.
Yeah. I'm thinking. I will try to use this one end of turn.
I wish I had a stifle, but I don't. Yep.
Okay. I will get. I think I will get this one. How many lands you have? 4 islands. 5 islands.
5 islands. Yep, and 2 slumps.
I will get presence.
It's a scary card.
And then you can go to cleanup.
Alright, to my cleanup then. I'm going to discard an Innocent Blood.
And this one is on top. I will draw for my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking how I want to play this one.
Take your time.
Uh,
Sorry if my kids are also loud in the background. They're kind of hyper.
That's fine. I'm actually not. Didn't even notice.
Oh, well, that's positive.
I will take a damage to get a green mana.
Okay.
And I will play Wild Growth on my forest, or I will try to.
That will resolve.
Okay. Then I will tap this for double white, and this one for triple green.
Good lord, what's going on now?
And I will try to play an Argotian Enchantress. I have 2 green and 1 white floating.
2 green and 1 white. The Enchantress is a caster. It's not upon resolution, correct? Just same as presence.
Yes, that's correct.
I'm going to counterspell that.
Okay. I will cast another one. 1 green floating.
That one resolves.
I will use the green floating to play a Carpet of Flowers, trigger, and draw a card.
Yep, trigger happens.
Yes.
I'm going to annul the Carpet of Flowers.
Okay. I will play a land for the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Take a damage. 17. Play Elephant Grass and trigger.
Yeah, that'll happen. I screwed this up. Okay.
Then I will have to pass.
End of turn. I screwed this up. I should have done this when we were fighting over the first one. Edict you end of turn.
Okay.
So that was my bad. So you're not the only one who's not thinking.
Okay. Yep. Then I can go.
End step. I'm gonna AK for 2.
Yes.
Untap. Draw. Fairy Conclave.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
How many cards do you have in your hand?
I currently have 5 cards in my hand.
Okay. I will pay for the Elephant Grass.
Sure.
And I will draw for my turn.
Okay.
I will play Fetch Land and pass.
End step. I'm gonna hard cast a Gush.
Okay.
Two. Tap. Draw. Land for turn.
Mm-hmm.
I will cast an engineered plane naming human for the Enchantress.
Yep.
And pass the turn.
I will fetch end of turn.
Yep.
16. And I will get the basic planes.
Sounds good.
Untap, upkeep. I will pay for the grass.
Mm-hmm.
And I will draw for my turn.
Yep.
Five cards, right?
5 cards in hand, yes, sir.
Okay. 2, 3, 4. I will try to play Presence.
Counterspell?
Yeah. I will try to replenish.
It's rough. That was rough. Nice play. Thinking, how do I do this? No, I'm just going to cast the forbid. No buyback, unfortunately.
Okay. I will pass.
Upkeep, draw a card. Cephalid Coliseum.
Okay.
Play a Feldon's Kid.
Yes.
Pass turn. 2 cards in hand.
I will pay for this one. And I will draw. I'll play a land and pass.
Poppy.
Yes.
By the way, Grandpa's picking me up at 10. I'm gonna go get a phone case.
Sweet.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, kid.
All right.
Carry on, Wayward Soul.
No, out of spite, actually.
I'm in the middle of something.
Oh.
Bye-bye. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
Sometimes it's fine. End of turn. I'm gonna AK for 3.
Yes.
And that'll be that. Upkeep. Draw. Land. Pass turn.
I will fetch on a turn. 15. Get the basic forests. Upkeep, I will pay for the grass. And I will draw. I'll play a city and pass.
Upkeep, draw.
Yep.
And pass the turn with 4 cards in hand.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I guess 5 for the grass.
Man, I thought you were gonna let that grass go a long time ago. I'm not gonna lie to you. Good Lord.
Pass.
End step. I'm gonna gush.
Sure.
Untap. Draw. Land. Go ahead.
Pass.
End step. I'm gonna factor fiction. So there's the fact. There's my cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Annul, knowledge, blood, land, counterspell.
How many AKs in your graveyard?
I have the other 3 in the yard currently.
Okay, so it's a draw 4.
It is a draw 4, yes.
And how many cards in your hand?
Currently, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards in hand.
Okay.
And there's a Felden's Cane under here. Sorry, I was covering it.
Okay, yeah. AK and an all, and the other three.
I will take the AK and the annul.
Okay.
So it's done. End step, I'm gonna AK for 4.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna crack my Felden's Cane.
Mm-hmm.
Give her a shuffle.
Yep.
I suppose this gets shuffled back in. It's fine. Stop. Anything else on that? Untap. Draw.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and I'm gonna clean this up. Sorry that got so messy.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I drew, right?
Oh, sorry, I didn't pay attention.
Hey, Andrew, can you ask chat? Andrew, can you ask chat? Did I draw? I don't want to draw an extra card. See if anybody noticed who I drew or not. I lost it.
Yeah, I was just looking at your deck.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. I'm looking for a specific card, and I have not found it yet.
Psychatog? I don't know.
No, I'm looking for the Haunting Echoes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I think if I can find that, that might put this game away. I'm gonna say I drew a card. If chat doesn't know, just to err on the side of caution.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that, Andrew. It's fine. Dust Bowl.
Yes, that results. Or doesn't the result that just comes into play?
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna duress.
Yeah, I don't have much exciting. I have a Sorcerer Crusher and a Enchantress and a Sanctum and a Argotian Enchantress.
I would love to get the swords, please.
Yep.
And pass the turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at end step before cleanup.
Okay.
And then I'm going to discard an Engineered Plague.
I will. This one is on 7. 1, 2, 3. So it's over 3, 5. No. 4, 7.
All right. Yep, 7 works.
3. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you, chat. That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
I will pass.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Land. Fairy Conclave.
Yes.
Attack for 2 after paying for 2.
Yep. Finally, the elephant grass is paying off.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk after the match for a second. Go ahead.
Yeah. I guess I'll pay 8.
So you took 2, correct? You got 13?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, it's all right. I'm just making sure.
Yep, I will take the 2.
All right.
I will pass.
End step, I'm going to Dust Bowl your Sanctum, sacrificing an island.
Okay.
Untap. Draw step. Land. Double black. Fair Conclave.
Okay.
Attack for 2.
Yes. 11.
Okay. And pass the turn with 7 in hand.
Yeah. No longer able to pay for this one.
Okay.
Or, yes, I could, but it's not doing that much. I will pass.
Tap. Keep draw. Psychatog?
Yeah, resolves.
Go ahead.
How many cards in hand?
2, 5, 6, 7 cards in hand.
Okay. Yeah. 6 at the moment. I will draw.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this one makes sense now. I'll try to play it.
I'll annul it.
Yep. Then I will pass. Yeah, 6 cards.
I'll draw. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this does it for the game. I think. I'm going to be casting Haunting Echoes, targeting you.
So what does that do? It removes all the cards in my graveyard and
So-
all copies in the library.
So exiles all cards from target player's graveyard other than basic land cards. For each card exiled this way, search that player's library for all cards with the same name as that card and exile them.
Okay, yeah, you got it. I don't have anything relevant.
Okay. In this matchup, I actually sideboarded out 2 of my Togs.
Yeah.
It just didn't feel as they were as effective as they could be, I suppose.
Yep. Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah, but hey there, guys. Hello. Let me switch my. I think I have another camera. Hold on. Oh God, they're gonna see my face. I'm proud. Hey, there I am. Hello, and whatnot.
Hey, Chad, if you got questions,
Hi,
let us
Nils.
know.
Pleasure to see you. Yep. Any questions? It was as I said before, I was definitely more confident in the post board because it felt like I could bring in plenty of different answers. The pre-board, I think I just got extremely lucky, is my opinion.
Well, we do have an advantage compared to, say, like a more traditional blue-white control list because your removal is sacrifice instead of target removal.
Yes, that's true.
Very big difference and change the whole dynamic quite a bit.
Yes. My main worry game 1 was, being able to do all that in kind of control, but because I'm much more of a counter light Tog, at least game 1, you had too many things of importance if the game got going that I would have had to counter.
Yeah.
So that was definitely my big worry.
In the main deck, how many forbids do you run?
I only run one forbid in the main deck. One forbid, one capsize.
Yeah, the forbid did a lot of work.
It did. It was really starting to worry me though, because while it was slowing, Nils down, I was losing so many cards to it that if he had drawn through it, I think it could have put me in a very bad position.
Yeah, I guess that is a ballsy position to take. Is running through chucking cards. I mean, the gush helped because you get lands back to chuck. So
that was helpful, but it definitely didn't make me feel comfortable that I was having to do it that early in the game at all.
Yeah, that's Enchantress. If you give it a break, you pay for it.
Yeah. Oh God, I've played it a couple. I've played against a version of this in the one of the last Misty tournaments, and it was a really, really crazy. This is the one matchup I used to have Upheaval in this list that I really would have loved to have Upheaval.
Yep.
Nils, I was wondering, I was surprised not to see like a City of Solitude in the board.
Yeah.
Is it just not a favorite, or because I think most lists I've seen have at least one, so I was kind of surprised.
Well, it's two reasons for it, I guess. One is that the blue list that has been popular most recently are, I would say, like tied versions, and they don't run that much permission.
Okay.
So it's not as useful as it is against a deck with, say, I think those lists run maybe 6 counter spells, I think.
Totally. Sure. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, and they focus more on playing a bit more sorcerer speed and also more Seal of Cleansing. So I decided to play Carpet of Flowers instead as a way to kind of combat the tide, because if they take my lands, I still have the Carpet of, or may still have the Carpet of Flowers in play.
Yeah, that's a scary card.
And it also allows me to not I don't necessarily have to run out all my lands. I can just keep someone back in my hand as well when I have the Carpet of Flowers there. So I'm much better prepared to recover from a tide than...
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So and there's also so many slots you can use for different matchups, right? So that's I just rather wanted to focus on having those Carpet of Flowers for my blue matchups rather than use one of those slots for say something like City of Solitude.
I think now that you've explained that makes a whole lot of sense. So thank you, because it definitely clarifies for me. I was like, man, I've not seen this before, but Carpet is definitely scary.
Yeah. A big thing why I'd say Carpet's good for certain, like you said, Nils, it's good for some matches. Like if you play against white blue, they've started going away, I'd say, from having so many basic lands, so it's not as effective against that. But as soon as Psychatog pops out and you see 2 or more actual islands hit the board, then it gets so much better. Because a lot of the other ones, I'm like, they've got like all these, they've got like coastal towers and a darker waste and other stuff, so they limit themselves on islands quite a bit, which is the frustrating part.
Compare it to, say, something compared to something like a Wild Growth, or not Premodern Eagle, but the Utopia Sprawl. You would love to have Utopia Sprawl in your deck.
Yes.
And even with a single island, the Carpet of Flowers is a Utopia Sprawl, and it doesn't die to land destruction either.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. Yeah,
it's fun when everything gets blown up and then you can replenish off of the one carpet you got.
I was definitely also scared of this matchup because my powder keg does legit like one thing, maybe.
Yep.
It's
yeah, you can pick it up to 2 and keep it there.
I could.
Yeah, that's usually the only way I see people use it. It's either that way or someone pops in and is like, "Okay, take out your stuff." I'm like, "What stuff?" Because
a
lot
that doesn't.
Yeah,
work.
It's like it's not a disc. It doesn't blow up enchantment, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, I wish disc was better situated. Sometimes I would love to run a disc, but the coming into play tapped is the big thing. It's just, and I'm not going to play Voltaic Key in my deck. Not going to do it. Is Twiddle legal? Maybe is Twiddle legal?
It might be. Was it print in fourth?
You could run something like Chain of Vapor or something, just bounce it instead.
Yeah,
that's true. You could. Then that's definitely feels bad though. Tempo lossing and having to replay it again into the same situation.
Yeah, but it also allows you to put the effect on the stack,
right?
If you have it untapped.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So you have like a 1 blue for almost like a deed for or a disc effect for everything.
Yeah. The one. So I've put in a lot of work on this Tog deck, and after this monthly, I'll probably put it aside because I'm on a new thing. I feel like the Tog list is in a really good place. I've worked with Brian Colwell on it, with Rich on it, Rich Shea, and some other people.
Rich working on a Tog deck. That's like, that never happened.
No, it's a mystery. But Haunting Echoes is a card that I think is severely underplayed.
Yeah.
In this format. The rock list, but yeah, it definitely does, like, it just stops some deck, like after the dust has settled after that first Computer Wars. Then it's, I've seen it in the rock, and if they kind of discard your hand against the combo deck and then just follow up with Haunting Echoes, the game is usually over.
Yeah, I had
it works in those. In those lists as well.
I know I had it in
and I don't
the May tournament that I got to the top 4. It was the one where I screwed up with the oath, and I thought I had a guy's blessing trigger, and it didn't. Right after that, he showed me, he was like, I had Haunting Echoes. I'm like, well, that's gonna suck. We played a third game just for fun because I was like, I'm out. And the same thing happened. One turn ahead of me going off, and it's like Haunting Echoes, like game over.
It does that.
Yeah.
And I don't think Psychatog, I think the only reason this version of Psychatog is truly viable is running at the very least 3, but I think the right number is the 4 Engineered Plagues main. I think that is a big difference that people haven't adopted if they try it. I think it's necessary to make it viable in this particular format. But other than that, it's been a fun ride.
Yeah, even before the match started, when I went into the intro for that, that was the one card I spotted immediately. It's like, oh god, there's a Haunting Echoes in this list, knowing it might be a problem. Quick question from the viewers. I think they might have 2. One was where are the Psychatogs in a Psychatog deck? Are you running 4 main?
The answer is I am running 4, but the honest answer is a lot of matchups I actually side. Well, I only have the one Fairy Conclave, but a lot of times I'm drawing so much. And because another addition in this deck I like is the Volrath Stronghold, which makes you be able, as long as you're not running it into like swords, that it lets you play less Togs. And I actually sideboard at least 2 Togs out in a lot of matchups because 1 is necessarily all that's needed. And the only times it's really good early are against like honestly like Sly. It's really good early. If you can run it out amazingly enough against Stasis on turn 3 and get under their counter magic, it's really good because it only has to swing once and you have to protect it. But other than that, I'm not even sure 4 is the right number main deck.
Okay. Yep. You can finish your thought if there's more.
Yep, that was all I got.
Okay. Another question that popped up was, and I know we had chatted, pre-modcast, we chatted about this question. Phyrexian Furnace versus Crypt. What was your thinking on playing one over the other?
I like number one that Furnace, even though it's not free, I think it has more versatility because if you play, you kind of have to time Crypts right, correct?
Yeah.
Like if you can't just play it on turn 0 and then what happens if they play around it in Seal of Cleansing, or if you're trying to play it too late, they go ahead and go off before you can play it.
Yeah.
So it's a weird balancing game. Furnace, while it's not as effective for getting a whole group of things out, it's much more versatile in how you play, because at least you're getting something every turn for the most part, and you can wait on it. You can draw a card off of it, which in Tog it's great because you can draw a card off of it and it goes to your graveyard as extra things.
Yep.
I like its versatility more, and there's a lot more matchups like this matchup. If I'm doing the things right, most of the time there's maybe one card once a replenish goes that I'm really, really, really scared of. Like, at the end of the day, if a presence happens, it sucks, but it's not game breaking, because eventually, if I can control your big threats like the Words of War, Opalescence, and I counter those, Enchantress isn't a May ability. You have to draw off it, and especially after board with Felden's Cane, I can go the decking route. It's a little bit more risky. But I just like the versatility of Phyrexian Furnace a lot more. I do have one crypt in the board, so I bring that in as well. But Nils, what do you think about that debate?
I'm definitely pro Furnace, and don't really like Thermal Script that much. Maybe I can play one Thermal Script in a deck with Enlightened Tutor, which when I really wanted, but for those decks I tend to play are usually the more control and grindy ones. And for those decks, you really want just the thing you mentioned. You want to have something that can just grind out a bit, like taking one card every turn from a graveyard, and also just being able to keep card parity with just cycling itself. So I tend to run 3 Furnaces in my 75 when I do play control lists.
Yeah, sure.
I was going to say, I assume you guys, just your take on it. So it's also partially reading the meta at the time, I'm guessing, because if the meta was high with like combo that needs the bulk of the graveyard, or Reanimator, which is a little too fast for the Furnace.
If the meta was Fluctuator,
exactly. Yeah,
I would play Thermal Script, but
or like angry hermit or something like that. Things like that.
Yeah.
When Tormod's Crypt is amazing in a format where the graveyard decks are faster than you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And our format always has nice flow. There's something new every month, and it doesn't get boring that way. But there's the bigger currents waves where you might see Reanimator making a comeback or something. Then you have to think about it. But it's just reading that. That
absolutely. Nils, what did you think of this matchup? I think I was telling you, like, pre-board was scary to me. Post-board, I felt better. What were your thoughts? Kind of about the matchup in general, if you had any.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I think it's much more difficult for me than the blue-white control list, because they play sports and you play the sacrifice effect, and also you do have the engineered plague in your main deck, which makes it which also takes out the enchantresses. So my opening, or what I was hoping to get, was a turn 2 presence, because you are not able to take out the presence, right? And
yes, absolutely.
Come under your counter spell. But you did have the duress on game 1, and you also did have the Furnace backup for my replenish.
Yes.
And that I replenish turn 2 there, not turn 2 with my hand, but if I had drawn like a wild growth, I could play a turn 2.
Or exploration or something, maybe.
Or
Well, that was also a thing though with that the Furnace for the replenish was, unfortunately, you had noticed it, and I didn't even notice the line, and it was really cool. Was the sacrificing your grove in response to get an extra card in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, but yeah, game one, just it lined up for me. You didn't draw a lot of lands, but I think if you started drawing lands and threats, because that, as we talked about, that forbid put me at I think I had 2 cards in hand at one point.
Yeah, but I'm not able to land an Enchantress effect early. Then I need to overload your hand or mana and play multiple Enchantress effect in one turn and see if one sticks. Again, the problem is usually when one sticks, it sticks, but against you, only 4 of them sticks because you have you have answers for the Agrothians.
Yeah,
so that makes it much harder. So I need, but in game one especially, I was lacking the mana in the beginning, and also I needed to not. There is no point of me using the Stirring Grow there to just get something, because that would just reduce my mana from the Sanctum, and I would not be able to stick just one single thing. I need at least 5 mana to present 2 threats at the same turn, so it was I needed to draw something naturally, and I didn't draw anything until it was too late.
How many edicts are in your
and I guess I
deck,
could have.
Sorry.
I run 1 Diabolic, 4 Innocent Blood.
Okay. So there's there's
so
a good
5
chance.
5. I think.
Yeah, when I saw I saw Swamp come down, I'm like, is he trapping?
Sorry, that's not available. My image went away. I can't look at my images right now.
But yeah, it's like silly. Second turn by Nils having a Argothian, and then having one of the 5 discards. Yeah, that's
right.
Because if you didn't have one of those and it's stuck, it then Nils starts dropping the 1 green CMC cards and goes off.
And I honestly think this is a matchup where I try and at least mulligan once if it's not my opening hand, 2 mulligan, 2 duress. I think it's that important, both on the play and on the draw.
Yeah, to get the to get the Enchantress presence that's in his probably, or a replenish, I guess, is what you would be going after.
Presence early and then Enchantress, and then replenish next. Would be the thing. But yeah, the disruption is really nice to have.
Yep.
But yeah.
One of the questions that popped out was for Nils. Enchantress is all the draw plan is on drawing. So if you don't have the draw effect, they're like, are you just praying for what's coming up?
If I don't have an Enchantress.
Yeah. How many you've
got?
If
I don't have an Enchantress in my opening hand, the hand is most likely not keepable.
Yeah.
So unless you basically mulligan.
Yeah. Unless you've got a wish.
Maybe.
You're running.
But I'm really
4 and 2.
Keeping Stirring Grows in opening hands because that's super slow.
Yeah.
So then you need to know that the matchup is a slow one. So against an unknown opponent, I would never keep at least a 7 with not an Enchantress effect.
Yeah.
That's just that's not correct. I think, dude. It's with the new mulligan rules. You should take advantage of using that. Mulliganing down to 5 cards, maybe even 4 is fine because you will get that back if your plans succeed. And it's better to go in on the Enchantress plan than just praying that you will draw from the top.
I mean, you're running how many tutors and how many groves main?
So in my list, I run the full set of Enchantresses, which is for Argothian and for Presence. And in addition, that's a bit too few, right? So I've tried to up those numbers by including a singleton of those druids, which will be another Enchantress effect against creature decks. So it kind of brings that number up to 9 against half the field. And then I also play a Sylvan Library, which can be used aggressively against the other half of the field, right? Because those decks that doesn't play creatures, those usually doesn't also or threaten your life total that much, so you can maybe draw 3 additional cards from it or something like that. So the idea was that totally I will have 9 kind of draw effects in my deck, and after the sideboard I will get 1 additional probably with the Verduran
Enchantress. Yeah, for those who don't know, that's a true original Enchantress. It's an 0-2 for colors and 2 green. So yeah, but in terms of are you running 4 Groves and 2 Enlightens or something?
I don't run any Enlightens, but I do have the Groves to go for fetch those. But I that's usually I hope to have one of the Enchantress effects in my opener, and then the Grove can get another one or get something like
the first one,
an answer to the board state. Yes. So and with say 10 Enchantress effects total after sideboard, then you should usually get one within even your 7 or your 6 usually. So
yeah,
it's a sixth of your deck, and you should be able to roll again for one of those.
Yeah, I've been having bad.
But of course, if the opponent has discard or an answer to it, then it becomes much harder.
Yeah, there's nothing else to really search it for. In having sort of that parfait variety of cards that you bring in, or that you have in your sideboard, things you can bring in that are just one-ofs. It just popped in my mind. Have you thought about trying to find a slot for like holistic wisdom or something where you can get back, like if you can't do anything with getting back the creatures since you're only running 4 Enchantress, but for the presence you'd be able to hunt one down by just chucking something.
Back your Sanctum with it. Which might be useful.
Yeah, I did that one time and had 40 mana out of it because that in mix with exploration, you can generate a lot of white for a variety of reasons. If the holistics fun just because you can use if you have 1 wasteland in the deck, you can recur the wasteland, or Enchantress Presence, you can make more than 4 of them by just having that stock in the graveyard where you're like, I'm going to throw away a elephant grass that's not relevant right now to get back the presence in trade. It's like it's a good card in Enchantress. It's always like, is it better than the 60 or 75 I already got?
So far, it's in like I have this.
It's like your 76 card.
Well, I do have like my binder where all my Enchantress cards is like, and the Holistic Wisdom is one of those cards.
Yeah.
But I haven't found a slot or like a place for it right now. So it's always one of the cards I'm considering, but never really found where I want to put it or if it's good enough.
Yeah, I'm wondering if like the newest iteration of Enchantress, where it's sort of white parfait with the 1 Words of War, if it might be warranted to try to find a slot, because you can get all those one-ofs back. Like if you lose a worship against a given deck, you can get it back and other stuff. Not saying it's better than the 75, but it is a tough call to put it in or just look at it in your pile of options. For those out there not sure what the card is, it's a colorless 2 green. For 2 colors, remove a card in your hand from the game. Get back a card in your graveyard with the same type. So you can trade off an elephant grass for whatever you need. If you need a wave at the time, or
An enchantment for an enchantment, an artifact
land
for
for
an
land,
artifact, and a
yeah.
land for land, and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Niles, I don't know. I've never played Enchantress, but one thing I kept thinking in there, was, is there room in your deck for like what's the green white Nantuku? It's a land that turns into a creature.
Nantuku
The monastery.
Yeah.
Is there room for something like that in there to give you options when against a control deck like this that is controlling the board in such a way where you're not drawing the cards you want, or do you think it takes away too much from what you're doing?
I think I just want to focus my plan and just be like, just focus on what my deck does best. And
Sure.
And if that plan failed, then it does fail, and then I probably lose, but that's okay.
Yeah. It's like if I'm thinking of something above it, I might go Hidden Gibbons. That's a fun one against a blue deck, but it's like it takes up a lot of slots.
Yeah. That's fair. And I'm definitely a tinkerer by nature. If anyone who's played or seen my decks has seen, like I love tinkering. So I start going outside of the box a whole lot. So I just wanted to ask the question because it's something that popped in my mind. It's like, if I'm playing against this and we're in this position, I don't know if I can deal with that right now. I don't know if I can deal with a monastery.
Yeah. I think if I were to try something else, I kind of want to squeeze in Parallax Tide into Enchantress, meaning I have to play blue.
Okay.
That would be cool because I do run everything else, right? But and that will also attack the control matchup with Mana Denial. So then you have both the creature denial and the Mana Denial part of it. But it's very hard to make that mana base work because you're green based and not white based.
Yep.
So you're playing a green deck with a splash white for control elements and not the other way around. But that is something I haven't really worked on, but I like the idea.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't even need to run that many tides. Maybe it's because you do have the the growth to
right. I mean, you could probably get away with running one. I mean, I think one would actually be fine.
Yeah.
Because all you really need is one.
If only a Sprawl was in the format.
Absolutely. Hey guys, I do got to jump off and get ready to head to this children's soccer game. Niles, it was a pleasure playing with you. Andrew, it was wonderful talking with you. Chat, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of Fall Brawl and all the things that we're doing. And I think I just saw something on the Discord, which is really cool for Premodern, is they reached the 120 cap for the Italian or the Spain event in Madrid. So they reached their cap of 120, which is really cool to see. So congrats out to you guys.
Yeah. The only reason I'm holding the record for most
Italian and the Spanish championship I think there's only 1 week apart or something, and both events are getting close to full, I think. So that's cool.
Yeah. That's awesome to see. That's awesome to see.
That's the only reason it's the 128 cap of why I'm probably running the monthly with the record. Somebody's going to pass that as soon as they can get a bigger venue. Because
I'm hoping for it. I mean, and that's the big thing is venue cost can be in some ways prohibitive to trying to do something in a big space. But I think the Premodern community can get together and deal with maybe a slightly larger entrance fee to cover that sort of thing if it wants to get that big.
Yeah.
But otherwise, guys, it was a pleasure. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, everybody.
Thanks.
You too.
All right, take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.